The man single-handedly wiped out the mountain bandits with a 40-meter-long sword. He heard that someone was falsely claiming to receive 1,200 gold coins. At first, he was very angry. The next second, he realized there was a reward. He immediately used the system's speeding talisman. He also casually flirted with a pair of young lovers in the bushes along the way. Soon he arrived at Azure Solar City. Then he arrived at the place to collect the reward. As a result, the next second, the bailiff assigned him number 233. The man listened a little puzzled. And the bailiff said, "Those guys over there all say that Blackwind Stronghold was destroyed by themselves." Suddenly, a man was kicked out. Even cats and dogs dared to come and claim the reward. At this time, the other people immediately ran away in fright. He quickly arrived at the council chamber. The city lord also got straight to the point. "Are you here to claim the reward money as well?" Jun Sereno said yes. Blackwind Stronghold was indeed destroyed by me. But before finishing the sentence, they were mocked by the other party. Don't talk nonsense. Can sect leader Jun really destroy Blackwind Stronghold with just this bit of ability? In my opinion, sect leader Jun is just short of money to spend. Jun Sereno continued, "I single-handedly wiped out over 200 mountain bandits. But no one saw it." Suddenly, he changed the subject. "Speaking of evidence, I do have a knife." With that, he opened the system. He took out Zhou Tianba's matching knife. Jun Sereno knew that one knife was not enough to convince them, so he began to fabricate falsehoods. "City Lord Xia, I won't deceive you. I am not relying on my own strength. And I rely on the eternal hero of my Iron-Boned Sect. Whenever I am in danger, the ancestral eternal hero will take over." At this time, the other two couldn't sit still, talking nonsense all over. City Lord is willing to personally experience the power of sect leader Jun Eternal Hero's possession. He even joked, "The two of us are only at the level of martial apprentice. I believe sect leader Jun won't be afraid of a fight, right?" However, Jun Sereno just asked about the time needed for the system's speeding talisman. He then came with them to the martial arts arena. Jun Sereno just wanted to dress up. Eternal Hero takes the name. Who knew Elderway would attack directly? However, the next second he brought back a box meal. The city lord was shocked by this scene in an instant. Then came another slash. He directly sent another person to meet Elderway. He killed 2 martial apprentice masters with just 2 moves. In the end, he also successfully received the bounty. He also picked up a child on his way back. Jun Sereno shouted for Disciple to come out and move things. But suddenly he realized something was wrong. Because at that moment, there was a person standing straight in front of the sect. Jun Sereno hurriedly asked, "Is this guy here to cause trouble?" Disciple said, "No, he is here to spar with you in martial skills. He has been standing there without moving for 4 hours. Jun Sereno is very impressed. It seems like your concentration is outstanding for 4 hours. However, he is actually just asleep." Azure Solar is in the back kitchen, looking incredulous. Dudu, such a young child, can really cook? After all, my Royal Court's exclusive Universe C Bowl clear noodles are unmatched by anyone. Jun Sereno couldn't listen anymore. You're proud of just knowing how to cook noodles. However, the next second Azure Solar was shocked. This is not cooking. It's simply a visual feast. Afterward, he was moved to tears by the noodles cooked by Dudu. Jun Sereno also expressed the intention to directly waive the rules and allow Dudu to join the sect. Jun Sereno was walking happily in the courtyard. Suddenly a door flew past him. It turned out that the swordsman who woke up yesterday, roaming blade master Ma Yongning, came to seek advice from Iron-Boned Sect. Jun Sereno looked angry. "Why did you kick the door of our sect right after waking up?" Ma Yongning explained. "I just woke up and felt a bit grumpy. It's normal." All right. If you put it that way, even I am feeling a bit grumpy after waking up." So the two of them started fighting. Ma Yongning taunted as they fought. I've challenged over 30 sects, and you're definitely the weakest sect leader. However, Jun Sereno just smiled without saying a word. Then he performed a move called 9 forms of the overlapping waves sword. He instantly shattered Ma Yongning's knife. Then Jun Sereno said, To me, the stage is just a mental shackle. The stronger the mind, the mightier the strength. Come challenge me after you understand this principle. Oh, by the way, remember to fix my door. Jun Sereno, who returned to the room, counted the rewards he had received. So he decided to spend some in the system store. In the end, he also chose 2 life-saving cards. 1 beginner's strength talisman. And the most powerful weapon, Desert Eagle. Not only does it not require modern bullets, the key is that it's a permanent item. And also, this gun requires the crystal core to operate. And the crystal core is the energy core of the fiend beast. So he thought of the tasks that the system had released a few days ago. Eliminate the Earth Flame Wolf. He quickly called the disciple. In view of your outstanding completion of the task, each of you will be rewarded with a Chi Gathering Dan, which can accelerate cultivation speed. Then he took out 2 weapons. Azure Solar, you work hard and have potential. This cold-edged sword is granted to you. Mora, you work hard but are unreliable. This wood sword is granted to you. Mora's face is full of question marks. Thanks to the sect leader, but what can this wood sword do? He then swung the sword towards the air as he spoke. However, the next second, the beam on the ceiling of the room broke. Jun Sereno frowned. I said you were unreliable. The candy dates are gone, and it's time to face the consequences. There's an earth flame wolf outside the village. The 3 of you follow me to eliminate it. In the blink of an eye, the group arrived at Wolf's Valley, where they cautiously surrounded the earth flame wolf. They planned to deal with it while it was sleeping. However, the next second, Jun Sereno shouted, Come on! Don't be afraid! You can do it! This successfully woke up the earth flame wolf. Mora was speechless. Sect leader, if you're not going to help, that's one thing. Why are you still messing with us like this? Jun Sereno laughed. You foolish kids, this beast noticed you a long time ago. That call was made for you. Li Azure Solar took a big step forward, launching a frontal attack. At this moment, the earth flame wolf spat out a ball of fire. The male protagonist said, Watch your positioning. Don't you know how to move in a serpentine pattern? This has left Azure Solar unsure of what to do. When Earth Flame Wolf is charging up for its next attack, male protagonist said, You see, his skill is cooling down again. Also Flame Wolf lunged forward with all 4 limbs. It instantly leaped out from the tangled swords, then stopped in the distance. Turning back, it spat out a ball of flames. Serena and Azure Solar quickly dodged. The male lead said, You need to cooperate with each other. Your team battle skills are not good. If you don't have a tank in the team battle, it's already a lost cause. None of you even have a boob healer. Serena was speechless. How dare you say my chest is small? She thought. It turns out Serena did not hear the word healer. Mora cannot just use normal attacks. Use your special skills. A huge rock flew towards the male lead as Serena's face turned dark and she said her hand slipped. The male lead was scared and hugged a big tree. Serena hereby shuts up. Let's continue. Serena stepped forward using the mysterious movement technique and slashed towards the head of the flame wolf with her sword. Please input the text you would like me to translate. Serena really has extraordinary body technique. Top tier, even celestial tier. The mouth of the earth flame wolf is like a cannon. It continuously sprays several fire cannonballs. Serena and Li Azure Solar can only continue to dodge. They are unable to get close at all. The opportunity has come. Mora takes the chance to attack senior brother and senior sister during the Earth Flame Wolf's attack. Mora quietly comes around from the side. He infuses spiritual power into the wood sword and slashes fiercely. With the force of 1,000 caddies, the wood sword strikes the Earth Flame Wolf's head with a sound like hitting metal. Mora's hands are numb from the shock. Damn, its skin is so tough. Just then, the Earth Flame Wolf turned its head in anger. Mora smiled foolishly and said, "I'll just test your defense. Don't mind me." After saying that, he stepped out with his short legs and ran off with a swish. While running, he shouted, "Oh my goodness! Senior brother and sister, please save me." Azure Solar struck with the momentum, leaving sword marks on the body. Flames of blood flowed out. Azure Solar whispered in astonishment, "Indeed, I didn't cut deep enough." Serena and Azure Solar seized the opportunity. At this moment, the two of them both drew their swords and approached in sedan chairs simultaneously. They directly slashed at the neck of the Flame Wolf. The Earth Flame Wolf finally couldn't bear it. The head instantly flew out and rolled into the hands of the male lead. The crystal core is right in its head. Mora patted the almost burnt clothes and said, "Sect leader, I think we did quite well." The male lead replied, "Team battles require coordination. We did well in the later stages." This beast keeps spitting fire at me alone. I feel like I'm still being roasted by fire. Something doesn't feel right. The male lead is right about your feelings. The leaves around me instantly caught on fire. An Earth Flame Wolf King several times larger than before. It slowly walks out from the forest. It bares its fierce fangs. The Earth Flame Wolf King is really huge. It is at least a 7-grade fiend beast, unlike the previously encountered 2-grade one. This one is comparable in level to a 7-grade martial apprentice. This is troublesome, Azure Solar said. You guys go first. I will hold him back. Sect leader, please tell father. Don't go with him. What a great opportunity. What kind of will are you making? Remember, the first principle of my Iron-Boned Sect is to be indifferent to life and death. If you're not convinced, then let's fight. Azure Solar and Mora are confused. Isn't the first tenet to become a person of Iron-Boned? I remember that too. Is the modification I just made not acceptable? The male lead shook his head, casually drawing out his gun. I have been practicing American Iaido diligently these days. I finally have the opportunity to put it into practice now. The male lead took out the crystal core. Instantly, the crystal core transformed into energy and converted into 7 bullets. The gun aimed at the Earth Flame Wolf King. He said arrogantly, "Brute, your time is running out." His index finger wrapped around the trigger. But hearing a snap, there was no response. What the hell is going on? Earth Flame Wolf King charged over. Its thick and long forelimb brushed past with a snapping tip on its sharp claw. Flames instantly surged up. The system quickly said, "Post, your bullet is not loaded." Oops, I forgot. The male lead hastily rolled back several times. He took advantage of the moment when the Earth Flame Wolf King missed, and pulled back the sleeve of the gun. He turned around and shouted for the second time, "You evil beast! Accept your death!" He knelt down halfway. He pulled the trigger again. Only a slight click was heard. No bullet came out again. Damn it! What the hell is going on? What is the sect leader doing? Why isn't he shooting the hidden weapon? If I'm not mistaken, the sect leader should be holding back his big move. The system is reminding the host in a teasing manner that the safety catch has not been pulled at this time. I can't do it this time. I'll format this broken system of yours when I get back. You seem to enjoy swearing at me. Goodbye, not forever. At this moment, the Earth Flame Wolf King charges again. This time its speed is incredibly fast. Flames erupt from its claws and fangs. It seems determined to shred the humans in front of it to pieces. The sect leader is in danger. Just as they were about to charge over, a loud rumble echoed. The massive Earth Flame Wolf King fell from midair. It collapsed on all fours. The flames under its feet dissipated. There is a grape-sized hole startlingly on the forehead. Fresh blood and brain matter immediately flowed out. What hidden weapon can actually kill a 7th-grade fiend beast in seconds? Why are there only the Wolf King and the sect leader here? Don't stare blankly. Please come and help me after you finish picking up the Wolf King's crystal core. I can't move anymore. At this time, the male lead's weak voice came from behind. The recoil of this gun is too strong. If your team had a boob healer, I wouldn't have to suffer like this. Serena listened and then exerted force. The male lead let out a scream. The male lead was lifted back to Sect while maintaining a shooting position. He rested for most of the day. The stiff muscles gradually improved, but not including the arm that Serena broke. He collapsed. The recoil was too strong. The system said strictly that the host's physical body was too weak. Jun Sereno was speechless. It's just a pistol. The bullets it fires are almost as powerful as cannon shells. Who can withstand such a strong recoil? The system explained that the modified Desert Eagle is powered by the High Martial World Crystal Core, surpassing the category of regular handguns. The next day, Jun Sereno started assigning tasks to disciples who have not done them before, sending them to Azure Solar Village to complete them. Then he immersed himself in cultivating. Despite feeling safe with the Desert Eagle in hand, the constant recoil is too strong. To master it perfectly, I must quickly improve my cultivation level and physical strength. The host spent 20 contribution points to acquire the muscle sculpting room, which is just a tent, right? The system tempting said it's definitely worth the value. Those who don't believe can come in and try it out. The male lead arrived at the side room and took out a tent similar to camping tents. He placed it in front of the strength testing machine. The muscle sculpting room is a supplementary item for training the body. Although it won't increase the stage, it can enhance muscle strength. At first, Jun Sereno didn't intend to purchase it. After all, 20 contribution points are a bit expensive. But he couldn't handle the recoil of the Desert Eagle. He realized that his physique was too weak. It was a bit slow to rely solely on the tendon strengthening classic for shaping his body. He heard the system say, "Great value for money," again. So, he opened the door to the muscle sculpting room and went in. The space inside was not large. It can just accommodate one person. The walls are all soft cushions. It's very comfortable to lie inside. Could it be that this is a way to strengthen the body through massage? Sounds interesting. Close the door and start. The muscle sculpting room suddenly trembled. Muffled sounds of boxing could be vaguely heard from outside the tent, accompanied by screams of agony. Inside the tent, Jun Sereno was squeezed into a tight space. The soft cushion turned into a hammer. He was being beaten all over his body. It was a real beating. It can be said that the punches hit the mark. Damn. This muscle sculpting room is toxic. Stop. However, let the male lead control his thoughts. The hammer should come when it should. Not only did it not stop the plan. Instead, the more you hit, the harder it gets. The system announces that the muscle sculpting room has been activated. It will last for 2 hours. 2 hours later, the door of the muscle sculpting room opens automatically. The male lead slides out from inside. He was beaten up badly, with bruises all over his face. This damn scam of a sculpting room is really toxic. Scammy system. He feels the soreness and pain from muscles all over his body. Sect leader Jun lying on the ground with a look of despair on his face. When heaven is about to bestow a great responsibility upon a person, it first tests their resolve, exhausts their body. Shut up. He punched the strength testing machine. The strength displayed on the testing machine is 1,900 kilograms. Yesterday, he tested his strength to be 1,850 kilograms. He surprisingly increased by 50 kilograms after just 2 hours of training. Didn't expect to see results so quickly. Bang, bang, bang. Xiao Skyline angrily hammered the trees in the yard. The male protagonist asked, "Skyline, why are you practicing boxing here? Is the cultivation of internal art sutra not going smoothly?" I have already understood the internal art sutra. However, in these few days, cultivation still has not yielded any spiritual power. The celestial tier internal arts sutra taught by the sect leader is not effective. It seems that I am destined to be unable to cultivate in this lifetime. I have just discovered a brand new path for you to cultivate. Body refining? Is it real? Xiao Skyline turned around and was startled when he saw the sect leader. Sect leader, how did you get beaten up like this? You'll find out soon. The male lead set a 4-hour body refining time for Xiao Skyline. How does Skyline feel? If you don't want me anymore, please just say it directly. Please don't torture me. But I really can't gather spiritual power. The male lead advised Xiao Skyline not to be anxious, denying his own abilities. At the next moment, Xiao Skyline used both hands with strength. He stood up directly on his own. Sect leader, my strength suddenly increased. I can really cultivate in body refining now. The male lead said. This muscle sculpting room can help you build up your strength. However, you must stay in it for 8 hours every day. You still have 4 hours today to continue. Xiao Skyline hasn't reacted yet. The new body refining has started again. The male lead wants to buy another one for himself by the looks of it. In the following days, the male lead and Xiao Skyline were bruised and swollen every day. Everyone was very curious about what had happened. The disciples only knew that screams were heard from the training room every day. On this day, Xiao Skyline was cultivating with senior brother and brother. He punched with a force of 300 caddies on the strength testing machine. Mora was greatly surprised. Little junior brother, you don't have any spiritual power. How can your punch be stronger than someone at the meridian unlocking second layer? Could it be that you have innate divine power? Not true. My sect leader's special cultivation method has helped me increase my strength. At this moment, the male protagonist is sitting cross-legged with a faint green light emanating from his body. He seems to be following the rhythm of rushing through the meridians. When the male protagonist opened his eyes, everything changed. At that moment, the system prompted, "Congratulations, host, for successfully unlocking the 12 layers of meridians. Requirement fulfilled. Epic quest initiated. Congratulations, host, for beginning an epic level quest," the male protagonist said. "Finally, I can undertake an epic quest." Mission requirements. In 10 days, the Azure Solar District will host the biennial sect martial arts competition. Each sect has 5 slots for participants. Mission condition. Disciples must enter the top 3 positions. Failure to register for the competition within the specified time frame. If the disciple is eliminated in the first round, the mission will be considered a failure. The rewards are measured based on the host's completion rate. If my sect disciple sweeps the top 3 places, won't the rewards be extremely generous? The system warns of the punishment for failing an epic level task. Unable to break through the major stage within 10 years. I was stuck for 10 years due to that brick wall. Let's blast through it for another time travel. The male lead shouted in a hurry. Serena Azure Solar Su Mora Mora. Tion 7 Xiao Skyline. Please come to the training room to see me. The male lead mentioned that the Sect competition in the Azure Solar District will take place in 10 days. I assume you all know about it, right? In the sculpting room of Azure Solar, everyone is bruised and swollen from practicing cultivation. Speaking of the Sect leader, it is a martial arts competition attended by high-level Sect members. Moreover, most of them are at the martial apprentice stage in terms of their strength. The male lead couldn't hold back and laughed heartily. Looking at your faces, I know you've been working hard in the sculpting room. This time in the Sect competition, not only will I sign up, but I also want you all to sweep the top 3 places. The crowd was shocked beyond belief. Serena said, "This difficulty level is a bit too high. Challenges bring excitement. I intend to give you a 10-day devil training." The male protagonist reached out his hand and scattered the formation flag of the Qi Gathering Formation. This is a formation where cultivating within it can continuously contain double the spiritual power. Serena will continue to cultivate in this formation for the next 10 days, Azure Solar, Mora, and Tion 7. You cultivate in the Qi Gathering Formation every morning. In the afternoon, enhance physical strength in the sculpting room. Xiao Skyline lowered his head and didn't speak at this moment. The male lead said, "As for Skyline, this competition is in Everbright City. There is also your home, the place where you were insulted and humiliated. So in the days to come, besides eating and sleeping, you must spend all your time in the sculpting room." Xiao Skyline suddenly said, "Disciples will have 1 meal a day and will not leave the sculpting room at any other time." Ambitious. Become stronger within 10 days. Prove to them with strength, even without spiritual root and cultivation level. You, Xiao Skyline, are still a once-in-a-millennium genius. Everbright City Sect registration for martial arts competition. Sect name, Iron-Boned Sect. Participant disciple name, Lu Serena, 16 years old. Li Azure Solar, 17 years old. Su Mora Mora, 16 years old. Tion 7, 18 years old. Xiao Skyline, 17 years old. The man was surprised. Xiao Skyline. He wouldn't be the legitimate waste expelled by the family Xiao, would he? The male lead's expression changed instantly as he said, "If you want to die, could you say it again to try?" The man cautiously handed the waist plate to the male lead. On the day of the martial arts competition, it is necessary for the disciple to bring the ID waist plate to the venue. Otherwise, it will be deemed as forfeiting the match. Looking at the words, "Family Xiao Direct Line," written on the waist plate, the male lead said, "My disciple is not interested in this at all." He wiped out the words, "Family Xiao Direct Line," with a finger. From then on, he is just a disciple of my Iron-Boned Sect. It is said that Xiao Skyline is going to participate in the Sect's martial arts competition. Family Xiao said, "Someone wants to step on the face of our family Xiao to become famous." The waste that was expelled joined the Iron-Boned Sect of 9th grade. He also signed up to participate in the Sect's martial arts competition. I should have listened to Grand Elder's advice earlier. Give that useless person a cup of poisoned wine. Let him reunite with his parents underground. Xiao Skyline at this moment. He is cultivating day and night in the sculpting room. Every day after he finishes cultivating, he will be in front of the strength testing machine. Test the results of that day's cultivation. Not satisfied, then he turned around and went back to the sculpting room to continue cultivation. Not talented enough, so he had to work harder to make up for it. Skyline is constantly getting stronger without stopping for a moment. He is determined to vent all the previous humiliations he has suffered on the day of the competition. But if those old guys from Family Xiao want to play dirty tricks, Shifu will never let them get away with it. The male lead thought to himself. As the disciples complete sect missions every day, sect achievement points have reached the limit. The system prompts. Sect construction upgraded to level 2. The limits for sect members, contribution points, and achievement points have also been increased to 500. Sect's Dan Refining Pavilion is now open. This Dan Refining Pavilion is finally not just a cheap special effect. This is also worth $1. The host can refine the entry-tier healing Dan for use. It is suitable for Meridian Unlocking, Martial Apprentice, and Martial Master Stage martial artists to take. As long as there is a breath remaining, they can quickly recover. The required herbs are 3 green leaf herbs and 3 red lotus herbs. Flame seeds are currently unavailable. I know what herbs are. What on earth is a flame seed? Flame seed is a special fire source used to refine Dan pills. Stellar Fall land is scattered with flame seeds of varying strengths. They are also sold in the market. If I find 2 types of flame seeds, can I also merge them to create the fiery lotus of Buddha's fury? That's a patented product from Battle Through the Heavens. Be careful, or they might sue you. However, it is available for purchase in the online store. 8 stars, 8 grade legendary tier delicate flame. It only costs 50 contribution points. I only have 62 contribution points now. Everyone is so familiar with them. Can you give me a discount? Just then, the system suddenly prompts, Warning! Warning! Side quest triggered. Eliminate the 3 assassins lurking in the dark to kill the host. At the moment, when the male lead is shocked. The Desert Eagle has been held in hand all along. The bullet is loaded, and he immediately asks, Where? Above. The boy raised his hand and fired a shot. He instantly took out 1 person. The other 2 looked at each other and said, We've been discovered. The 2 no longer hide. The 2 jumped down from the rooftop. The individual with a concealed weapon in hand shouted, Come and get it! Only to hear another gunshot. He was shot in the head directly. The male protagonist smiled and said, The gunshot was too loud just now. I didn't hear it clearly. Please repeat it for me. What did your companion just say? Azure Solar and Mora, who heard the gunshots, quickly arrived. What happened, sect leader? The male lead, holding a gun in one hand, said, Keep your hands on your head and squat down. Our policy is to be more lenient to those who confess and tougher on those who resist. Actually, you don't have to say anything. I also know that it was Spiritual Spring Sect who sent you to kill me. That's right indeed. No wonder Spiritual Spring Sect has been quiet recently. So they hired an assassin after all. Wait for the sect competition to end. This seat will then hold them accountable, sealing off their chi channels and imprisoning them. Congratulations, the host has completed the task. Obtain 30 sect contribution points. This wave of contribution points was quite timely. Fortunately, the host has been exercising physically in the sculpting room recently. Otherwise, these 2 attacks would have definitely incapacitated the host. The male lead spent 50 contribution points to purchase the legendary tier Flame Seed Delicate Flame. Now that he has the Flame Seed, the next step is Dan Refining. The male lead's Dan Refining in the novel is always very difficult. I didn't expect that Dan Refining in the system's Dan Refining Pavilion would be so simple. He needs to practice making more healing Dan and body refining Dan for the disciples. Strengthening the physical body is simple and brutal. For these disciples, the master also worries a lot. The male lead arrives at the training room late at night. He said, Especially you, kid. You really don't let me relax. He then placed an entry-tier body refining Dan into Xiao Skyline's mouth. 10 days later, the male lead and the others arrived at Everbright City. At this time, someone nearby spoke. Isn't this the waste from the Xiao family? The waste actually came to participate in the martial arts competition. Are you giving benefits to other participants? Maybe he's been bullied by others. He's probably getting pleasure from being bullied. Su Moramura instantly appeared in front of the two. He slapped them. The two didn't react yet. How dare you disrespect me, junior brother, by talking back? The short teenager who just attacked has very fast body technique. He didn't even use spiritual power when he attacked, so it shouldn't have been that fast. That person must be a disciple of the Iron-Boned Sect. In my opinion, he might be the top disciple in this sect. Could he be the top talent in Azure Solar City? Yes. If Azure Solar City's genius has joined Iron-Boned Sect, it would make sense. The male lead brings a disciple into the city. The martial artists at the city gate start to discuss excitedly. They mistake Su Moramura for Lee Azure Solar, the top talent of Azure Solar City. Among the group of people arriving on the official road, the young man in a gray robe smiled and said, "I hope to meet Dustin during the competition." The old man beside him said, "The boy who just displayed such nimble body technique must be extraordinary. When you meet in the sect competition, do not underestimate him." Understood. The young man named Dustin impatiently responded with a sound. Soon, the group of people stopped in front of an inn. They were just about to go in when a faint voice came. I saw a man in luxurious clothes. The main branch of the family Xiao Frostleaf said, "Wow, isn't this the rare genius from Azure Solar District that appears once in a millennium? My personal disciple, the great elder of Soundlessness Valley, just returned to the city and heard news about you. Soundlessness Valley is a prestigious 6th grade sect unlike your 9th grade sect. The fact proves it. The family's full effort in cultivating you was a mistake. I Xiao Frostleaf am the future of family Xiao. Speaking of which, I am also grateful for the first meridians open for me back then." Su Moramura on the side couldn't bear it. He wanted to go up and beat him, but was stopped by the male lead. Xiao Skyline said, "You remember Forest Leaf? Your brother will always be your brother." He grabbed Forest Leaf tightly with just one hand. Forest Leaf can't escape, no matter how hard he tries. With a thud, he was forced to his knees by Xiao Skyline. Xiao Skyline said, "Even if you lose your spiritual root, even if you lose your cultivation level, you can only stay in my shadow for the rest of your life. Please all sects participating disciples enter the venue. Sect leaders and elders, please proceed to the viewing platform. All martial artists are eagerly anticipating the upcoming sect competition. The male protagonist will lead the disciples to be placed in the waiting area upon entry. Inside, there are senior members of each sect and participating disciples, totaling around 100 people. A waste should not be present here. Should not exist in the world. Bring shame to my family Xiao." Family Xiao Grand Elder Xiao Yellow King said. He saw that the male lead was a useless person who sought refuge with the sect leader, looking disdainful. The male lead made a rude gesture at him, meaning, "Don't show any intention to harm my disciple. Otherwise, I'll shoot you down with one shot." Xiao Yellow King, however, interpreted this gesture as meaning the male lead has a problem with his own brain. No wonder he took in that useless person. It turns out he's a fool. The competition announced a total of 200 participants this time. To avoid encounters among the same sex, they will be divided into 4 groups, A, B, C, D. In the first round, Iron-Boned Sect's Tion-7 will compete against Big Red Sect Sun Kai. Sun Kai and Tion-7 have a huge difference in height proportion. Tion-7 couldn't help but exclaim, "So tall!" Elder of the Big Red Sect said, "It seems like today is our lucky day for Big Red Sect, Sect Leader Jun." Although Sun Kai is only at the Meridian Unlocking 2 layer, he still has restraint in his actions. Sect Leader Jun can rest assured. With the referee's order to commence. Begin. I saw Tian 7 charging forward. He knocked down Sun Kai with a single palm strike. It's over. He couldn't control his strength. Is two-layer really that weak? The sect leader even reminded us to act weak to lure the tiger. Big Red Sect Elder exclaimed. Sect leader Jun, you have placed all the sect's resources on this one disciple, right? The male lead said. It's just a stroke of luck, just a stroke of luck. The male lead thought to himself. Let the children make a big fuss. In the blink of an eye, it was time for the first round of 20 matches. Sumora competed against Songhe. It was another quick victory. His astonishing speed at the city gate. This person is not Li Azure Solar. The 30th round. Li Azure Solar wins with one move against Hu Yao. The 36th round. Lu Serena faces Jiangli. She lifts her hand and scores another quick victory. The elder of the Big Red Sect looked shocked. All are quick kills. The male lead sighed and said, These few little fledglings don't know how to lead their opponents any face. The people on the viewing platform were all discussing. This Iron-Boned Sect is quite strong. But all are quick kills. Not much to look forward to. Just then, in the 50th match of the first round, Xiao Skyline is facing off against Wang Lai. Now there's some excitement. Xiao Skyline slowly walked up to the ring. Today, Wang Lai really hit the jackpot. One day I will compete with a once-in-a-thousand-year genius. It is truly an honor. It's time for you Iron-Boned Sect to experience the taste of being killed instantaneously. I saw Wang Lai suddenly reaching out and hitting Xiao Skyline. Don't force it, waste. Your scapula must be shattered. With your strength, compared to sculpting room, this can only be considered a massage. What is sculpting room? Xiao Skyline just moved his left shoulder forward a bit. Wang Lai was knocked out and flew out. And his arm that hit Xiao Skyline was also shattered abruptly. Everyone was shocked. Even the referee was shocked to the point of being speechless. Xiao Skyline wins. Congratulations, the host's 5 disciples have advanced to the second round. Task progress is at 10% complete. Obtain 20 contribution points. The distribution of contribution points for this epic task based on completion percentage is quite humane. However, the main issue now is still Family Xiao Elder. Since Skyline hit the opponent hard, the killing intent on this guy is getting stronger and stronger. I must prepare early. Big Red Sect Elder said. Sect Leader Jun, why are you still playing with toys? You don't even care about the disciples' martial arts competition. Although Tian 7 defeated my disciple, I have to admit that this kid is really good. So many battles. He hasn't used any bit of spiritual power up to now. Disciple of the Green Feather Sect said to Tian 7. Are you a turtle? Only defending, never attacking. The power of each palm of this Green Feather Sect disciple is not less than around 1500. Tian 7 doesn't use spiritual power to protect himself. How can he withstand it? Tian 7 struck with a fierce palm. The Green Feather's disciple stepped back and created some distance. If you don't move, with your martial arts techniques, I really can't break through your turtle shell. I see. The man shouted loudly with his disorienting palm technique. He pushed both hands forward and leaped into the air, striking out a palm. Tian 7 easily dodged it. He grabbed his opponent with his left hand. Perhaps you should call me Mianzi instead of a turtle. The opponent knelt down and begged for mercy. Iron-Boned Sect's Tian 7 wins. The second round of battle has ended. Host's 5 disciples advance to the third round. Epic mission is 20% completed. Obtain 20 contribution points.